Hello, hello, hello. This is What's Done in the Dark Tea, and we are recapping Love is Blind, Season 8, Episode 25. You guys, this was actually a pretty good episode. Pleasantly I'm pleasantly surprised. We got more of movie night than I thought we were going to. I thought that they were going to drag it out more to the end, and then most of it would be in tomorrow, which I do think it does seem like most of it is going to be in, not even tomorrow, Thursday. Oh my God, that makes me sad. But I do think we got a good little bit, enough to make me want to watch on Thursday. I mean, I was going to watch it regardless, but so just do all the things. I really appreciate it. Like, follow, subscribe, share, do all the things, and we will get started. So the episode starts off and we get a conversation between Casey and TT. And he looks pretty upset. He looks upset. This is right after the conversation he had with Anaya. And he does look visibly upset. To me, it seems like I don't think that he regrets any of his actions, but I think the consequences of his actions, I don't think that he thought he was going to be perceived this way, or how icy the treatment he was going to get from the girls. I don't think that he thought it was going to be to the extent that it is. So he's very sad. But he says that TT soothes his mind, and it does seem like they're a good couple together. No one is denying that. I'm glad that they seem happy, and I think that that's good. We get another conversation between Bryce and Trinity, our favorite messy couple. So it looks like Bryce and Trin, they're doing their thing, and they're talking, and they're just being messy. We get a conversation between Anaya and Carl, and they're telling more about themselves, like what they would do if they never had to work again. Anaya says she'd just love to be outside or travel, just live life freely. He says that he would like to do something with dance. And then we actually get a really, really steamy kiss between Anaya and Carl. I was like, okay. And see, this is what I'm saying. I know that Casey said that he wasn't getting anything from Anaya, but I think it was because I don't think he made her feel secure. Like, just because somebody is saying the words doesn't mean that they make you feel that way. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's like more of a comfort thing with Carl, that she can open up a little bit more, but I think that they're really cute either way. We get a whole straddle kiss. She said that she was about to hunch that man in the Say Less, and I was like, yes, girl, actually hunch that man. We can leave. When we get back, you just tell us what happened, okay? Just let us know. Looks spicy. We get a conversation between Jen, Jaden, Corbin, and Pramita, and Jen is telling them about her conversation with Gal the night before. Corbin, of course, he exits. He's not going to be in women's business, even though he gossips Anyway. So they're talking about the night before, and how Jen and Gal decided that they are not going to how Jen and Gal decided that they're not going to be in a couple, but they're going to stay coupled up, but they're not going to be together. And the reason for it is because he feels like Jen is stopping him from talking to girls. That conversation that they had last night was very, very weird. She wasn't saying anything to him. She wasn't pushing him. She wasn't being aggressive. She wasn't saying anything, but it was like he already had in his mind he was going to flip that conversation so he could have a reason to explore. And I don't think Jen was making him decide whether he wanted to explore or not. I don't know. I'm not a big fan. In the same conversation, Jaden says that she thinks that Caleb is a really nice guy, but she's used to being with somebody who's more dominant, and she's scared to hurt him, but I don't think Jaden is into him. And I could tell that the pair wasn't going well. That's why whenever Amora said she was interested in Caleb, I want Caleb to talk to other people. Like, he's such a nice guy. He is such a nice guy. And I live here in South Carolina, and I feel like I never meet Calebs. I never meet nice guys like Caleb. Somebody date Caleb. What is going on? Kenzie and Dylan are talking, and she's telling him about the night before with Gal. She says, you know how my love language is physical touch. And Dylan was saying that he thought that her way of exploring someone didn't just mean making out. He thought that she was just going to be like trying to get to know him, so he feels a little blindsided. I can agree with all of that, but this is where Dylan loses me, because this fake cry right here, it loses me. Not one tear came out of that man's. You have not known Kenzie long enough for you to be crying like that. He planned that performance before he came. He planned that performance before he came to Love Island, and he knew that he only had a couple days left to bust it out. There was no reason for him to be crying right there, and you cannot convince me that he cared enough to be crying. Do I think that he liked Kenzie enough to be on TV? There's something about that man that gives very, very performative. I'm sorry if there's any Dylan lovers out there. I'm not buying it. I don't believe it. I'm sorry. I don't. Maybe he really was crying. I don't believe it. He gets consoled by Kata and Zach. They both offer him a hug to go with his fake cry. Whatever. We get a conversation between Naya and Sin. She's super happy. He's being very supportive. And I thought that this was a cute conversation. I really did. I was like, oh, Anaya and Sin, they have a cute little, brother-sister relationship. This is real cute. He pissed me off later. TT is talking when all the girls are getting ready for bed. She's glad that everything is going well so that they can just be, like her and KC can just be. Dylan is in the bathroom with a towel on his head, still pretending to cry for the cameras. Caleb asked Trinity what French fry was, and she said DJing. And I'm like, thank you, Caleb, for clarifying, because I was like, maybe French fries, like, you dip them in ketchup. So I wasn't really sure what was going. Never mind. I just wasn't sure what it meant. So I'm glad that he clarified, because I was not sure. Then we get a conversation between Jen and Kata, and Kata lets Jen know what happened last night with Dylan crying and Kenzie kissing in the speakeasy. And Jen is a fortress. Like, she says that she doesn't cry, and I really don't believe it, because I'm not gonna lie. If I was in Love Island, I'd be in there crying like Kaylor. I'm just not. I couldn't do it. I'm not even gonna hold you. The stress alone would have me crying. People wouldn't even have to talk to me. I would have so much anxiety. Like, but I would have loved to go on Love Island. But also, I don't think I would have made it, because, yeah. Either way, she's telling her what happened, and Jen says that she just feels like she likes the attention, and that seems to be the consensus of most of the villa. They think that she just likes attention. Conversation between Jen and Kenzie, like Jen was pretty much got everything off her chest right here. She let Kenzie know that if she was moving like this and they weren't in Love Island, that they would not be friends, because she could not trust her. Kenzie is giving her an apology, but to me it seems very hollow, like she can't even look at her. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if that was the most sincere apology. I think that Kenzie was thinking about herself. This is kind of one of those things, like what I was saying with KC. I don't think it's what they did. I think it's like the realization of like people's response to what they did. Like, if people wouldn't have been upset about Kenzie having this kiss, if so many people wouldn't have been affected by it or making her feel like it was like, why are you still exploring, then I don't think that she would feel bad about it. I really don't. And partly, I don't know if she really. I mean, she should feel bad in the Jin aspect, but as far as Dylan, I could see why she wouldn't like him. I really could. I just don't. I don't think that that's real. Sin is not only does Sin tell women the same things, he takes them on the same dates. He's got Melanie out there doing sign language, same way that he did with Amora. Surprise, surprise. Melanie is smiling in his face and acting like everything is okay. And I'm like, girl, don't piss me off. We get another conversation between Kinsey and Dylan. And I think that, again, I think that people's reaction to her exploring and stuff, like whenever Dylan asks her, like, are you going to explore anymore? I don't think that she likes Dylan enough to stay with him. But I think that the backlash that she is getting from trying to explore other people in the villa has her wanting to stay with Dylan. She just doesn't seem into it. I've never thought that she seemed into it. I just don't. Like, I know Kinsey has talked to everybody in there, but, like, let's be realistic. Like, she does not like Dylan. She, compared to, we've seen her like somebody. She liked Corbin. She doesn't like Dylan. She's treating Dylan the same way that she did Caleb, and she didn't like Caleb. Between Gal and Amora, and I think that this is really cute. They talk about random jobs that they've had. He says that he randomly worked in an oil field, but he really likes hospitality. She said that she did some kind of weird bikini job, but she made $300 in a day. He says that he likes her. She's very beautiful and down to earth. I mean, I think, I mean, if she likes it, I love it. I don't know. I honestly, I don't care too much for Gaul, but I mean, if she likes it, I love it. Trin and Bryce are just happy. That's what we get from them. Their boyfriend and girlfriend, they're happy. They're just giving us cuteness. Mel gets a text, and that text is letting everybody know that it's movie night. Movie night comes quick. They show them getting ready. The villa is in chaos. Everybody is nervous. Everybody's sweating bullets. The guys know that this is going to be bad. They know that it's going to be bad. So how this game goes is, yes, it's movie night. They're flipping a coin, and then whoever the coin lands on, boy or girl, then either the boys or the girls get to pick a door, and what is behind it will either be a clip from the girls' time in the villa or the boys' time in the villa. And the first clip that we get is of Zach, okay? And we get to see Zach with wings, and they are kissing. They are kissing. They are kissing. And Kata gets upset, but I feel like she doesn't get upset, like, enough. But then, again, it's still omitted that the girl left the villa early. Like, that still has not been brought up. But you can tell immediately that she's going to forgive him like she always does. So I don't even care much to talk about Kata and Zach, not because I don't like Kata, but I don't care for the relationship, but she's not going to leave him no matter what he does, really. So there's really no point in talking about them, honestly. We get KC's door is next, and oh, good God. KC's clip was so crazy. KC's clip was honestly hard to watch. It was so long. Clip after clip after clip of him talking bad about Anaya. Like, oh my God. Like, I literally, like, I was getting, like, lower and lower and lower in my bed because I'm like, oh my God, this is hard to watch. Like, it was just clip after clip after clip of him talking bad about Anaya. And it's like, I think that, I will say this, I think that what was wrong with KC is I think that he just moved so much out of lust, because it's like, the things that he said that he didn't really like about Anaya, I feel like wasn't bad things, but I feel like if you're immature, then those are things that you can't work through. I feel like if you wanted a serious relationship, like, basically what I'm trying to say is, yes, she was being annoying, and I was the first one to say that she's annoying, but I feel like as the show progresses, we find out more and more and more that Casey, like Sincere, was playing a lot of games. And I think that, I don't know, this was hard to watch. My God, this was hard to watch. Clip after clip after clip. But whenever his first clips came on and, she was sad, she said her little piece, but I was like, okay, like I didn't really foresee what there was really a reason, like as far as the KC thing went, but I think that what made KC's clip so explosive is how far the guys were in on it, because the guys played a role like talking to Anaya and hyping her up and making her think that everything with KC was good. Talking to TT, also hyping her up, making it acting like everything is good, but then to Anaya, acting clueless. So I think a lot of people got caught in the crossfires, especially Sincere. Because like I had just said, I thought that his, thing with Anaya was really, really cute. So I was like shocked. I was like, I can't believe. Well, I mean, I watched it, so I already knew he said it. But there was so much other stuff going on that I wasn't necessarily clocking Sincere and Anaya's relationship. Because to be real, I think I had only really paid attention to them talking like twice. Maybe there was other parts where they were and I just wasn't like, tallying up, but I didn't even realize that the friendship was like really there like that. But then whenever I saw the clip earlier, I was like, oh, that's kind of cute. But then to know that he was just kind of playing wingman, which that's what guys do. Ladies, it's all cool to be friends and stuff with your man's friends and everything like that. But just remember, they are his friends. They're always going to put him first. When he decides to lie, they are going to be on his side. Sure, do guys have decent friends that may be noble or whatever? Most of the time, it doesn't have anything to do with that. It's just they might tell you what he's doing if they have interest in you, if they're trying to get with you too. But either way, just know those are his friends. Those are not your friends. Those are his friends. I had to learn that the hard way. Finally, though, what they find out from this clip, but is what I'm saying, it kind of took everybody else down, is that during KC's clip, they also find out that Wings went home early. And I don't think that the girls understood why Kata was upset by seeing it, but we know, like, it from our clips, that he's been playing up the fact that he chose her. He chose not to bring someone back. The clips didn't show the girls that that's what he's been saying, so they're not registering why that's weird to her. But we've all seen it, so we're aware of why it's weird. And yes, Kata, it's weird. You're not tripping, honey. You're not tripping. It's weird. I've been over here screaming the whole time. He's not being truthful to you, because he was manipulating her with the fact, I chose you. I could have brought someone else back. You didn't have a connection with anybody else. You couldn't have brought anybody back. And she definitely clocked him for that. She did. She clocked him for that. So, KC's clip was crazy. So Trinity tells KC that he pretty much stayed with Anaya to play it safe. And after seeing the clips, that's really what it looks like. He never liked her, even in the beginning, but he wanted to stay in the villa, so he kind of faked it till he made it. I can't say that I don't think that that's what she was doing too, but I think she started off that way, and I think that she just ended up liking him, and I don't think that he ended up liking her. I mean, doesn't make him any less, like, yucky, but I do think that that's what happened. I think that they were both just using each other because they didn't get picked, and then she ended up liking. I mean, I feel like women do that all the time. They'll give the guy that they don't really like, that they wouldn't have, not that they don't really like, but that they necessarily wouldn't have gone for a chance. You know what I'm saying? It's just, I think that that's what happened. Then, Corbin tries to jump in it and just be like, you know, KC didn't respect her. Like, how did he respect her? Like, what's the question? Like, what's the question? And they're just like, that he played it safe, that he used her to get to the end. I'm just like, Corbin, please. Like, they're not even on your neck right now. Your time is coming, but they're not even on your neck right now. So just stay out of it, sir. And then TT kind of jumps in and said that they didn't even let KC get in the villa and they jumped on her, which I don't think that they really jumped on TT because Trinity said that she said multiple times that she wasn't trying to start with her, and so did Anaya, but she kept inserting herself into that. So I don't know as much about that. Kata is slowly clocking Zach's lies, but again, like I said, nobody else in the villa knows what he was telling her to manipulate his time in Casa. So nobody else understands why she is upset. See, stand up. Like, I mean, I know that you can get passionate or whatever, but like, you were talking to women. What was the point in standing up? But also, Anaya, I'm going to get on your ass too, because I understand, like, what was he standing up for, blah, 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 blah. But these men that they got out here, they are unhinged. They are so driven by emotion, you know, running up on the wrong man. And then the next thing you know, not saying that you shouldn't be able to express yourself, but I'm just saying you just got to be careful with these men. Like, TV is one thing, but don't be doing that on the outside, because these men ain't... Whatever. So then we get Soul or we get Sin and clip after clip after clip after clip of him lying. Love Island is laying it on thick. They're putting side to side. He lied to Mel. He lied to her. He lied to Soul. He lied to Mel. He lied to he. And that wasn't even Sin's full clip. They don't even show his time with Amora in this. We just get to see his time with Soul. And when I tell you clip after clip after clip of them lying, calling them the same nicknames, kissing them in the mouth, going back and forth in the same day, telling both of them that they want to be together. Poor Melanie. Poor Melanie. I know that she could have chose old boy. I know she could have chose old boy, but you know what it's like when you like somebody that ain't shit. You know what it's like. Well, at least I do. Maybe everybody hasn't had that experience, so I'm not going to project that onto other people, but I'm just saying. Maybe now she'll realize it and she'll move on. I doubt it, because we're so close to the end that I think that the couples are set, but whatever. Sin says sorry. Sorry doesn't really mean anything, because everything that you say is a lie, and even you know that. Dylan was eating the fuck out of that popcorn as this was going on. And it's so sad, because when Melanie's getting her heart broken there, it must have been love, but it's over now. It was really sad. I was like, oh my God, no. But, you know, they broke up the episode, so that's only part of it. And then we have to wait until Thursday to get the rest. So that's pretty much how the episode ended. But overall, I think it was really good. It was entertaining. They always have a lot of fluff and filler, but Kenzie, Kenzie had it rough this episode. I'm not going to lie. The consequences of her actions throughout the villa have caught up to her. And I don't think that she thought they would, so. But this has been the review for Love Island Season 8, Episode 25. You guys let me know what you think. What did you think about the Anaya and KC thing? Are we feeling bad for Mel, or she did this to herself? What did you think about Zach and Kata? Are you hoping that in the videos they'll show Zach lying to Kata, or you just think that that's such a minor issue that it's not even worth talking about because there's so much other stuff going on? Y'all let me know, sound off in the comments, and I will be back on Thursday night and we will recap the next episode. Y'all have a safe night. Bye.